Hello, good day, and let's continue our discussion for Chapter 6. And today, let's talk about topic number 2, the possible solutions to climate change. And as we have discussed before, climate change is something that we can feel right now and something that we can observe. And it can be caused by natural or man-made um, activities. So with all of this happening in changes in our environment due to this climate change, what possible solutions can we do? I mean, in our small with some simple actions, we could actually bring some changes, or we could try to mitigate this climate change. First, in our home. When it comes to our home, we could actually grow our own food, like planting things like hanging gardens, like planting your own vegetables and herbs that can help you eat locally and, of course, something more healthier and organic. Or when it comes to redecorating your house or doing renovations in your house, it is actually better if you're going to use recycled products or you're going to recycle your trash, such as for example, if you are going to repaint your house, it is better actually to use latex paint rather than oil-based. I mean, latex paint releases significantly fewer harmful fumes while drying, and it actually smells a lot better. And of course, it would be healthier for you too. And when it comes to recycling, like the bottles, you could actually use them as containers, or you can, yes, use them for flower pots for growing your own food. And next one, when it comes to buying appliances, we should consider to buy energy efficient appliances. Yes, this may um, incur additional payment, or it may be more expensive. However, in the long run, it could actually you would actually be minimizing your expenses because this would actually lower your bills. But if you cannot do this, use your existing appliances efficiently. Like make sure that the dishwasher or washing machine are full before running them to save energy and money. Or hang dry your laundry rather than putting it in the dryer and then putting them outside on a clothes line on dry days. Hang drying will also make your clothes last much longer. And of course, reduce your electricity use. Unplug your cell phone charger, TV, and other electronics from the wall when you are not using them because they use energy when plugged in, and even if they are on standby. The process can be made easier if you have everything plugged into a surge protector with its own switch. And of course, always turn off lights and other energy sucking devices when they are not in use. And replace older light bulbs with energy saving fluorescent bulbs. Fluorescent light bulbs are a little more expensive but are actually more efficient. They use about seventh of the power, and this actually lasts 12 times longer than the other type of bulbs. And then when it comes to replacing your light bulbs, use fluorescent light bulbs with ultra compact LEDs, or the LEDs, or the ones that are marked with UC LEDs. These are less energy and they can last longer than those ordinary fluorescent light bulbs. Additionally, these UC LED light bulbs do not contain any dangerous mercury. So even though light bulbs are currently more expensive, remember that your money is spent for a good cause, and it will pay for the development of cheaper and more effective generation of LEDs. And if you are maybe leaving your computer for a while, always put it on standby. You will be able to restart it quickly, and it will take less energy than shutting it down than restarting it. Moving on, you can also reduce the usage of refrigerants or air conditionings, and so like during the summer or the temperature is too high, instead of turning them on and putting them on standby the whole day, why not try to just open the windows or the doors and try to let the air circulate. And lastly, when it comes to opening or when you are cooking, always make sure that you're going to pack or close your fridge tightly, so that you're going to reduce the air that comes in, because because the refrigerator works is that it would or it needs to maintain the coolness that it has inside. So if you keep on opening your fridge, the cool air would come out. Thus your fridge would need to um, heighten its cooling system for it to have a stabilized low temperature. Next is that when it comes to our water consumption, always take short showers and share this bath water. Showers use less much water, and the other choice is to fill a bucket with water and take a can or a jug and keep filling it with water from the bucket and pouring it over your head. And if you have some extra water, save it for some other person to use. You can lather yourself up with the water turned off in the middle of the shower. And always remember to pollute less, such as your when you are washing dishes, always wash the greasy pans last to keep the water clean. And when you are done brushing your teeth, or when you are done um, washing dishes, or when you are even preparing your food or rinsing those vegetables that you're going to cook, always remember to turn off the water faucet, because every little drop counts. And in connection to this, always check your faucet, because the dripping might be there, or there might be constant dripping, and this would actually waste water, energy, and money. So always repair them as soon as possible. Or you can also save by installing an inexpensive flow control device in shower heads or in faucets. Or let's say, for example, you are filling your tanks from the water source maybe, and you forget to turn off its main source. It is actually good to have this or to buy this water flow control, because if the container is already full, it would um, automatically turn off from the water source. And of course, always use your appliances efficiently. For example, when you are washing clothes, running the clothes washer with a full load using a cold water whenever possible could actually lead to a big energy savings. And of course, it is always best if you're going to use detergents that can clean clothes effectively in colder water. Moving on is something that we always do: everyday transportation. And one thing that we could actually observe today is the use of bike. With the uh, gas prices going so high, um, having a bike would pay for itself. You can use it to ride going to work or to school, or going for short dances or running errands, or this could actually be just a fun hobby. And everyone benefits when you ride a bicycle. You can conserve or limit the use of oil, and then you are less polluting, and at the same time you're also exercising for yourself. And when you are going to go to some place that isn't really that far, it is best if you're going to walk short distances rather than drive. It may be in may Yes, it may be convenient for you to drive, but let's face it, it is actually probably better, or it actually might take you longer to drive because of some factors, like maybe you would be stuck in the traffic, or maybe you would have a problem parking your car. So why not just take a walk? It is good for you. It is less pollutes, and it is something that you can easily do. And when you are a yeah, transporting every day or commuting every day, or even if when you have your own car, it is actually better if you're going to use the public transportation or maybe a carpool for long trips. These options may take a little longer, but you can read, listen to headphones, or talk to people instead of having to stare straight for the length of your commute. Yes, like having a car is something that is very convenient for us because you don't have to queue in lines and wait for the jeepney or the public transportation to get full. But as you can observe today, there are actually so many cars, and with many cars, there would be traffic and there would be more there would be more pollutants in the air. So if you're going to think about it, if you're going to ride the public transportation, you would not just be lessening the pollution coming from the cars, but you could actually be helping the drivers for their source of income. And also, if you are planning your trips or when you would always have to go out every week, it is always best if you're going to consolidate your trips. Like if you must drive to the grocery shopping, it is better if you're going to plan or do a planning for the errands that you're going to do for the week and plan it for a specific day or days. You can get everything you need in one trip, like saving your money and time. And it is also more fuel efficient to start a car if it is already worn up. What I mean here is that, like, if there would be every day you would have to be going out just to buy some grocery items or something that you forgot in the market, why not just think all the things that you would be needing for this week and then try to list it down, and why not try to just go one time and buy off all of those things? I mean, it would be easier for you and it would be lesser for you to spending more time on them. And lastly, if you have cars or if you are planning to buy a car, try to research on energy efficient cars like electric, hybrid, and diesel engines when buying a new car, your motorbike or scooter. Or maybe research about biodiesel. This is a type of diesel made from the percentage of plant and animal fat, and this might not actually be suitable for some car engines, but these biofuels is actually better than the other these diesels. Okay. Moving on is shopping. This is something that we would usually do, and of course, this shopping would include buying or our necessities like going to the market. So buy only post-consumer recycled paper products, including toilet papers and tissues. The paper industry is third greatest contribution to global warming emissions. So buying recycled product is more important as recycling, and it is something they call as closed loop. Closed loop is um, made from recycled products. That's why it's called closed loop. And secondly, when shopping or going to the market, always avoid using plastic bags from grocery stores. Bring your own canvas bags to carry with your grocery items and use reusable bags and boxes. And if you ever need a plastic one, make sure that you are going to use it again and again. I mean, it is easy to just take these plastic bags and then you can wash them actually and then hang them dry. I mean, so that would be easier and you would not be just throwing it again and again and be buying those plastic bags. And lastly, in our community, we have to remember that, as cliche it may sound, knowledge is power. So learn everything you can about global warming, like what is it? What does global warming or how does global warming work? Like how or why is it happening? What are the causes? And what are the critics saying about it? And if whatever you learn from it, it is best if you're going to share it. Like email relevant articles to your friends, to your family, and get them up to speed about what is happening with global warming. And then maybe if you can, how about do some environmental services, like write to your local council or to your LGUs in your community and propose some activities that could help in the cleanliness in the community, like doing some cleanup drives or promotion of recycling materials. And lastly, remember always to educate yourself, your family, your friends, and everyone you meet. Our culture is just waking up to issues that have existed for years. So the more people that are aware of the issues, the more likely they are to make decisions that will be constructive. Okay, so these are some simple things that we can do to try to lessen the pollutants that we are contributing to climate change. So let me just end this discussion with what Leonardo DiCaprio said. Climate change is something that is real, and it is something that is happening right now, and it is the most urgent threat facing our entire species. So we need to work collectively together and stop procrastinating. So that's it. Thank you and good day.